Hello, welcome back. After having captured amazing images of the beautiful city of Antigua, Guatemala, we are ready to start creating our travel poster. As a first step, we select the images that we take during our trip. In this occasion, I will select the image of the Arch of Santa Catarina. We place the image in the center of our page. We make a square to make a mask. We stretch the image to the same size as our artboard. To have a better reference of the space, we can add our title. In this case we write, Guatemala. For the moment we will leave it like that. When we export it to Photoshop we will look for a nice font. The third step is to subtract our color palette. For that, we select the eyedropper tool. If you remember, in the previous video, I have showed you that Antigua has 10 official colors, and one of them is this nice red Ascension. We will take this and put it on our palette. We also extract this beautiful colors called Jocotinango Yellow, Colonial Celeste, and Pensive Yellow. We will start by drawing a rectangle, to begin to illustrate the shape of the arch. We will put the opacity down, to have a better view of the image behind. We select the circle tool. We place it on our rectangle so that we can create a nice arc. Then we place another rectangle. We do Ctrl G, to group them all. And select Pathfinder tool to cut the rectangle. Now we have a perfect arch. Then we continue drawing the dome of the arch. We again use a rectangle and a circle to create it. At the moment we will only use flat colors without any degradation or texture, because later we will play with colors to make contrasts and create shadows. Now, we have the body of the arch already finished. We begin to create the details of the arch. As before, we will use the rectangle tool to draw them. We will use white and a light blue to create a small shadow. It is not necessary to make it so perfect. I do it this way, which is the style I have. But you can do it in your own style. Later I will teach you how to add textures and shadows in Photoshop. I'm going to forward the video a bit to make it less boring. We have our arch ready. We will begin to illustrate the rest of the street using the official colors of Antigua, Guatemala. For that, we use the pen tool to start creating the wall. We selected the Pensativo yellow color. We draw from the perspective of the wall. This wall later we will add texture to give a depth angle to our illustration. We put the opacity down to start creating the details that the wall has. We add a contrasting color to create the cornice. When we have the first line of the cornice ready, we can copy and paste to make the process faster and easier. We add the details of the column on the wall. We will choose a contrasting color to create the shadow. It will also help us to create the shadow of the windows. Now we can see that we made the windows and the walls details, only with contrasting colors. It is a very effective way to give a unique touch to our illustration. We have this wall ready, then we will put texture in Photoshop. For the other wall, we use the same technique of using contrasting colors to create the windows and doors of the buildings. This will take a few minutes to do, so I will fast forward the video a bit. We have almost completed the first part of our illustration. Now, we have to illustrate the magnificent volcano in the background and also the blue sky. We can see these beautiful clouds that come out behind the volcano. We will illustrate them with the pen tool. We make some curved shapes. Add a white gradient to 0 opacity. We have already finished our design in Illustrator. Now it's time to export our design to Photoshop, where we will give texture and find a nice font for our travel poster. See you in the next video.